Welcome back to the Movie Draft House. I'm your host, Mark, joined by co-host Jeff.
What up, Mark? How we doing, buddy?
You know, it's a good day here in the House of Draft because it's
the end
last
of video game month. What a terrible idea. And then we didn't even watch the movie we intended to watch.
Well, that one, because
check back for a bonus episode at some point. We're gonna circle back and fulfill that promise.
It probably would have made a bottom 5 list, I'm assuming.
You haven't seen it and I haven't seen it.
No,
I can't imagine that it's as bad as everyone says. I just can't.
I mean,
it can't be worse than Monster Hunter.
I don't know. I don't know because I've seen that one. I haven't seen Borderlands, so I don't know.
I agree.
But Jeff, what did we watch this week?
Well, this week to cap off, we had to switch it up because we were going to try to see Borderlands, but it bombed so horribly that we couldn't get to the theater in time to watch it. And it turns out maybe we don't want to watch it. A lot of people are calling it the worst video game movie of all time. I highly doubt that. But, you know, we'll circle back. So this week we watched Uncharted from 2022 starring Tom Holland.
This was our pivot movie.
This was our pivot movie. We decided to go with this because I hadn't seen it. I think Mark has. But it stars Tom Holland, Mark Wahlberg, and Antonio Banderas. And it is based on the video game franchise Uncharted, of which I've only played like the first 2 hours of the first game.
Oh, really?
I think, Mark, you've probably played them all?
I have. The Uncharted video games are some of my. It's one of my. I would say, Uncharted's a top 5 franchise or IP, in video games for me. I'm a Sony stan. All right, PlayStation stan. So I kind of not grew up on these games, but you know, I was around playing. I think the first Uncharted was on PS2, and it was PS2 or PS3. I can't remember, but
PS3.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. But
Maybe.
You know, Nathan,
yeah, it would have been PS3. PS2 is too early.
Nathan Drake is one of the most iconic video game characters of all time, and
wow.
I mean. He's up there.
We're talking Mario, Sonic, and Nathan Drake.
Yeah.
Alongside the likes of Donkey Kong.
I don't even know if you put Donkey Kong up there. I mean, yes, I know he is an OG character.
Yes, you put Donkey Kong up there.
I mean,
all right,
yeah,
so let's do this. Because we're not going to have a lot to talk about this movie anyway. Let's Mount Rushmore characters.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So I think we both agree
4?
Mario.
Okay, yes.
Well, okay, what rank then? Do we need to do top 10? Where do you say this is?
Okay. Yeah, top 10.
Nathan Drake lands in the top 10?
Yes, for me he's a top 10 video game character of all time.
Okay. So I'm going to rattle off 10, I guess.
Okay.
Mario, Sonic, Bowser, Luigi, basically Princess Peach, the entire Mario canon is part of it. Then you get Sonic, I already said, Tails, and that's about it. Maybe Robotnik, but there's some.
So
but then you really just have to pick
franchises.
2 game series.
Right.
Donkey Kong, which I said, fucking the paddle from Pong. Shit's in there. Damn, I guess that's about it. And then Nathan Drake, right? He barely made the top 10. No, but I mean, so
I don't know how he's going to squeeze out the paddle.
There's what's his name? Crash Bandicoot.
Okay.
You know, you got. I think maybe you got to put 007 in there, because everybody loves that damn game so much. But
GoldenEye.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, but
Master Chief. Master Chief.
Yeah. Okay.
And
I don't think you can put 007 up there.
And the Noid from the Domino's video game. Yo Noid, he's in there.
You know, it's one thing. You're a video game nerd, through and through.
Thank you, I guess.
And no, it's a compliment. Okay. And like, Yeah, you named like 20 characters that other video game nerds would also rattle off in their top 20. But okay, let's pare it down and say Nathan Drake is a for sure PlayStation. He's
Let's
probably
call him
PlayStation's
a modern
top
classic.
Okay, I'm good with that.
Yeah.
So
when you say
Uncharted
all-time video game character, I mean,
if you put him as a
scope.
If you put him as a modern classic, you have to put him as a top video game character of all time.
Even though his games are better, I would put Lara Croft above him.
So Lara Croft inspired these games, and then these games
and all of this
inspired
stuff just inspired by Indiana Jones.
in that game.
Well, not the game Indiana
Atari.
Jones, but the film series.
Yes, right. No, but like, so
So I got
Lara
a question.
Croft.
Since you're a fan,
Okay.
Unless you had something you were really going to say that was going to blow my balls off.
You never know. You'll never know.
Okay. I'll never know. That's fine. So, as an Uncharted fan, how do you feel about the casting of Tom Holland as one of the greatest video game characters of all time?
It's dumb. It's such a miscast, and all Sony was doing was trying to catapult off of Tom Holland's Spider-Man fame, and that's why he's in this movie. But Mark Wahlberg is such a better Nathan Drake type character than Tom Holland.
But he's still like, I would say he'd be better than Tom Holland, but not what I would cast.
No, I mean, like, everybody's like, oh, Nathan Fillion, he's the quintessential Nathan Drake type character. But like, if I'm casting a movie star to star in my big budget summer blockbuster,
I'll tell you,
you can go a lot worse directions than Mark Wahlberg as Nathan
you
Drake.
can go worse directions than Tom Holland, but it's not.
No, but Tom Holland doesn't even fit the bill here.
Yeah,
Tom Holland doesn't even. I mean,
Channing Tatum all day.
He just doesn't look like Nathan Drake.
But he's got the comedic chops. He's got the sort of suave, effervescent.
Yeah.
What's the term? Like the don't give a fuck attitude. I would go with Channing Tatum.
Machismo.
Yeah, machismo. Thank you.
No, I don't disagree. With
all right,
with
recast
Channing
them then. Come on.
But I do think Mark Wahlberg is seriously miscast, and what Sony and Ruben
You mean
Fleischer.
Tom Holland?
No. I'm saying everybody in this film was miscast as a younger version of what we'd seen in video games, and so this is like the origin story sorts. But like, nobody needs that. We already have Nathan Drake's origin story. We've all played it, except you. We don't need that. When I first saw this, I took my daughter to the theaters to see it when it came out, and she had maybe watched me play an Uncharted. She'd never played an Uncharted game, but she knew of them, and I just like and I'd seen the trailer, and the trailer looked fine. It was just built on a lot of video game moments. But when I came out of that theater, I was severely disappointed because everybody in this film is just miscast. Like, right down to Antonio Banderas as the villain. He sucks. He's so criminally underutilized.
I don't know if that was a miscast or poorly directed, because I think
it's both,
Antonio Banderas
Ruben
could
Fleischer
be
sucks, bro.
An absolute badass villain.
Sure, he can be, but he's criminally underutilized.
Yeah,
and
that's
so
my
he
point, is
doesn't.
I think that it was just. I don't think it was a bad cast. I think it was bad directing on that part.
And Ruben Fleischer is a in-house Sony director. He directed the Venom films.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah, he's got other. He's an in-house Sony guy, and so when Sony was looking to make this film, they're like, hey, let's just go with what we know, and and call it good. He directed the first Venom movie. He didn't direct the second one.
Well, they both suck, so it doesn't matter.
But like, it just he is what he is, and Sony knows what they're getting with him, and so they know that they can kind of meddle in his movies and make the movie they want to make, but have him put his name on it. And they're just, most of his movies are just meh, right? They're not great. Most of them are just not terrible, but they're all kind of big budgety stuff, and Sony has that. They are more than willing to throw money behind a franchise or what they think could be a franchise, if it'll make money. And so, I'm pretty sure this made money, but I don't think Sony has any plans to make another one, which is okay by me, because
it made worldwide. It made money. In the States, it made back its budget, but it didn't make back probably the advertising budget. So
what was the budget?
So the budget overall was 120 million, and it made 148 in the States, which is technically a loss, because usually there's more above that with like marketing and shit.
Sure.
But then worldwide it made 407 million, which it definitely covers it. So
yeah, I mean, so Sony made money off of this, but it took effort to actually make money, whereas they would just love people just to flock to it here in the States, so they wouldn't have to do so much marketing.
Movie Man, like, what the fuck are they doing? Like, they don't care at all about Spider-Verse, and that's it. That's all they got going on.
Yeah, I mean, they've got a...
And the only reason Spider-Verse, I think, was successful is because they didn't think it would be successful, so they let whoever was making it have creative freedom.
Right.
And then they made some shit that's amazing. So
yeah. And, you know, who made Chris Miller and Phil Lord?
Sure.
Right? I think they did those movies.
I don't know.
No, it's just Sony just has this reputation of like, hey, we're just going to do what the fuck we want to do. We're going to pay you a shit ton of money to be in it or make it, and we're just going to kind of throw in what we want and tell you how, you know, the movie should be. That's what happened with the Venom movies. You know, there's a third Venom coming out. It's the last one, thank God, but it looks equally as terrible.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I don't want to watch another one, but I'm going to because I'm an idiot.
But, like, it's just, this movie overall, and I think this might be my third time watching this, it's disappointing every single time, is because, like, it just cuts a lot of corners. It casts a lot of recognizable big names in this film and doesn't let them do what they do best. Like, Tom Holland, very underratedly funny as an actor, I think. I think his Spider-Man movies kind of cemented that. He's got good comedic timing. He's got good deadpan stuff. He's likable. He's kind of that every guy-ish type dude, and he plays some of that here, but it's never long enough for you to be like, oh man, I really like this character. It's always him doing some kind of likable, like at the beginning of the movie where we're introduced to him he's a bartender, at this fanciest bar, and we learn that he's also, what do you call it, pickpocket thief type guy, and he's got these quips, that he's kind of hitting on this girl and he's schmoozing her up. And like, I'm like, okay, I get that. That's kind of Nathan Drake-ish. Like if we're talking about young Nathan Drake. And so we only get that for a few minutes at the beginning of the movie. We don't get it at all at the rest of the movie. And the rest of the movie is them, globetrotting, which fine. That's kind of what Nathan Drake does, but
right.
There's just really no good story here. Like the Nathan Drake games, And there's like 8 of them. They all have better stories than what's told here in this movie.
I never played the game, so I can't comment on that. But this feels like all style with no substance. Like it's all adventures and set pieces, but no good character development. They don't do a good job of having. You're supposed to get this redemption arc from Wahlberg, but it's not believable. It's also that the fact is Mark Wahlberg does not act very well. I've said that on other places and podcasts.
I mean, here he's not a great actor, and Max Payne he wasn't a great
actor in. I think he can do comedy, and he can do shut up action. By the way, our second Wahlberg movie this month. And I think he was a better actor in the previous one because he just shut up and just was internalizing stuff, and that's fine. But when he had, like, you know, that famous clip from The Happening where he goes, "What? No." Yeah. That to me is like a drop in the bucket of the shitty acting that he's done. Like, there's so many parts, just even in this movie, where he's like, "What are you talking about?" That,
I mean, he was nominated for Best Supporting Actor for The Departed, so.
Yeah, but what did he do in that movie?
He supportedly acted
the whole fucking time. Well, okay, but he just was like, "Damn it, fucking shit," and he's yelling and throwing shit. He can do that. He's good at that, but I wouldn't call it a depth performance, right? Like, where you really had to dig deep. He just had to be pissed the whole movie.
Okay. I'll give it to you.
In my personal opinion. I like The Departed. It's a good movie. But anyway, I think that this movie had no soul, no heart, despite, you know, Tom Holland being one of the most likable people in films right now, right?
Yeah.
But I didn't care about the adventure. I didn't care about the tombs they were in. They were all right, you know. Most of the adventure was pretty dull. I don't think you can tell. Like, this movie tried to pack a lot of shit into, you know, an origin story where, like, a lot of this could have been spread out over multiple films. But they try to get you to care about, you know, Tom Holland's brother, Sam, who is in the movie. Right. You know, you don't. But he's only in the movie for a brief period of time. And you're supposed to, you know, expect like Tom Holland to also convince us to care about the things that he cares about, but we never see him care about the things that we're supposed to think he cares about. So it's just, and these are the type of movies that Ruben Fleischer makes. He makes like flashy, just no substance films. And like, there's good action set pieces in this. I mean, I enjoyed the heist, the cross heist in the beginning of the movie, from where they're the art auction, and I enjoyed the ending CG sequence that was built off of practical and CG effects, and so I appreciated that. You know, a lot of money probably went into all that. And like, the tombs are just like, I think the most I enjoyed was where they get stuck in the club tomb or whatever. Yeah.
Well, I don't, you know, and like Mark Wahlberg has to save them before they get crushed or whatever it is. It's just like you said, the film is made up of just set pieces, and for a film that's based around one of the greatest video game characters of all time, they don't do anything to make us care about the character. And that sucks.
Yes, I agree. Now, did you catch the actual Nathan Drake cameo in this?
I did, when they're coming out of the water on the beach. And he says something about, "Oh, I think I fell out of a car, out of a plane before,
which was so on the nose."
Right.
Yeah, because that was Nolan North, the voice of Nathan Drake from the games. Also, I noticed a Naughty Dog Easter egg which Naughty Dog is the developer of these games, as well as the developer of one of my favorite games, Crash Bandicoot, where he opens his chest and there's a Naughty Dog sticker on the inside of his chest, one of Tom Holland's little things. I thought that was a little fun little Easter egg, but
sure.
I can't really recommend this. It's not good. And I'm trying to think of like adventure movies like this, tomb raiding movies that are good. And the only one that I can really think of is The Last Crusade.
National Treasure.
I've never seen it. I probably need to watch it. A lot of people
we're putting
love
that on the list. We're putting it on the list.
Yeah, well, I don't know how you're going to get it in.
We're gonna base a month around both Nicolas Cage and...
We've already had Nicolas Cage month.
I know, but we're going to base it around Nicolas Cage and tomb raiding somehow.
No, then it's only 2 movies. Both of them National Treasure. I think we could do better.
Nicolas Cage has to be searching or hunting for something.
No, we can do something that fits it, like globe hopping adventure or whatever, and then you can pick National Treasure.
I don't mind.
We don't have to shoehorn. Listen, we've already done Nick Cage. We can't do it again. Even with some sort of weird caveat you're trying to add in.
Wait, did we already do Nick Cage for anniversary month?
Yes.
Fuck. Okay.
Yeah, you'll have to think of another way.
Yeah.
There's ways. We've done really weird shit, so we could do a I wish I had picked month. No, that's dumb. That's basically the same thing we do every June.
You don't recommend
I'm not
this?
going to recommend this.
I don't recommend this either. It's trying to be a lot of things, and it doesn't do any one of those things well. And I just think it's a shame that these actors that are likable and recognizable don't get to do the things that made them both likable and recognizable. So, pass on this one. Yeah,
for sure. But it is draft night, bitches. And you know what that means. We come up with a damn theme that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
So what we've
what's
done
our theme
is
next month?
We both have selected actresses that we both really enjoy their work. And Mark selected Emma Stone, and I selected Charlize Theron. But the twist is that we're going to pick for each other. So he's going to pick 2 Charlize Theron films. I'm going to pick 2 Emma Stone films. And let me make sure this isn't it is a 4-week month, so we're good. We didn't have to improvise again. And we're going to pick for each other. That way that's what we're doing. I don't know.
Yeah. So you got your films. I got mine.
I got mine.
Do you want to go first?
Sure. Yeah. So this is a movie I haven't watched yet, but I've been meaning to because I really like the director's work, and that director is Yorgos Lanthimos.
Okay.
Now, he directed The Lobster, which is one of my favorite movies. I've also seen another movie of his called The Killing of a Sacred Deer, which I like. It's not as good as The Lobster. But and Emma Stone has been in 2 of his films, one of which is she won an Oscar for, but we're not watching that one.
We're not watching Poor Things?
No.
Okay, good. That's a long movie.
Well, is it? Well, I do want to watch it at some point because, like I said, I like the director, but I kind of want to watch these in order. So we're going to watch The Favorite from 2018, runs for 2 hours. And like I said, I like this guy's movies because they're weird as hell, but they're silly at times and funny. So looking forward to it.
Poor Things was just Emma Stone getting naked and fucking a lot. So
I believe I've seen all the key scenes from that film, that particular picture.
And we're watching The Favorite. That's Favou.
Yes, it is the British Favorite.
I haven't seen it, so
I thought you had.
No, I haven't seen it. So I am interested and intrigued. So
have you seen The Lobster?
I have seen The Lobster.
Have you seen The Killing of a Sacred Deer?
Yes.
Okay.
Been a while, but yes.
It's a weird one, but I like it.
Who's in that?
That one is Colin Farrell.
Yes. Okay. And Nicole Kidman, right?
Yes, correct.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. All right. So you pick Charlize Theron, and I'm going to pick one. It's from 2019. I haven't seen it. I hope you haven't seen it either. It's Bombshell.
I have seen it.
What the fuck, man? All right, I got another one.
I like Charlize. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Let me. Charlize / Emma month, and I picked what the fuck the favorite. Okay, and you're gonna mulligan on.
I mean
Bombshell.
I'd rather you
I'll
watch
watch it again.
I mean, I know you'll watch it again.
I have to.
All right, we'll stay with Bombshell because I haven't seen it.
It's good. I like it. All right, so back to another movie I haven't seen. This one's going to be quite the departure from what we did before. This one is directed by Craig Gillespie, and it came out in 2021. Of course, stars Emma Stone as well as Emma Thompson, who, in hindsight, would also be on my favorite actress list. And it is based on the character from 101 Dalmatians. We're going to watch Cruella.
Oh, Cruella.
Which I haven't seen.
I haven't seen that either. This is a whole...
Sweet.
It's a whole month of...
I picked 2 movies you haven't seen.
Yeah,
Let's see if you pick
rare.
another movie I've seen. Well, really it is. Especially because they're modern.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to pick one from 2018. And it is Tully, Tully.
Is this the guy in the airplane?
What?
Never seen it.
I've never seen it either.
If it's called Tully, it's about Tully. Oh no, it's not. I'm thinking
directed by
Sully.
Jason Wright.
I'm way off. I apologize. I thought it was Sully Sullenberger, which was the movie with the guy crashing the plane. No, Tully. Yeah. This is fine. Never seen it.
Jason Reitman written by Diablo Cody. Stars Ron Livingston, Mackenzie Davis, and Charlize Theron.
I'm here for this. I was also on my short list was a comedy I've watched many, many times called The Rocker with Rainn Wilson. Not sure if you've ever seen that. Probably not, because you don't like comedy. You don't enjoy laughter and fun.
She's a supporting actress in that, right?
And also, I was possibly going to pick Battle of the Sexes, where she plays Billie Jean King. But then I saw...
Oh, yeah. I haven't seen that.
She was starring opposite Steve Carell in a serious role, and I just got a panic attack remembering that damn wrestling movie we watched. Foxcatcher.
My only other one on the short list was Long Shot from 2019.
I was hoping you were going to pick Atomic Blonde, because I want to watch it. I just haven't gotten to it yet. So, but alas, that's the whole point.
Right, but I didn't pick Atomic Blonde because I didn't just want nonstop action. Like, I felt like we
yeah.
we got that, here in Video Game Month, and
also Tully is available on Netflix, which is always nice.
Tully is available on Netflix.
You would think Cruella is on Disney Plus, but I don't know.
I assume.
And what else we got here?
Bombshell is available. Oh, okay. What's the favorite on?
I don't know.
Bombshell is on Prime.
Okay. Is it to rent or to watch?
It says both. Streaming on MGM Plus and Prime Video.
Sweet. Okay, so we're just going to need to pay for the favorite then, or get it from illegitimate means.
It's not on Hulu?
Not that I can tell. But that's fine. I don't know. I don't mind. Should be a good movie, right?
Should be. It was nominated a ton.
Yo, that doesn't mean shit to me.
Anyways, what does mean shit to us is if you hit the subscribe button when it pops up so you don't miss any future content right here on the podcast, if you're watching on YouTube. And if you want to follow the podcast on all your favorite social media platforms, we're at Movie Draft House. You can find us on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, right here on YouTube. Give us a like, follow, subscribe so you don't miss any future content across all the platforms. And if you want to follow Jeff on Twitter and tell him, hey, man, Nathan Drake should have all 4 faces on your Mount Rushmore, you can find him at Podcast by Jeff.
Do you honestly think he should replace Mario? I think Mario's the undenied, like, every list.
I know
Mario
if we were doing like a March Madness bracket style, I think
Mario,
Nathan Drake would be yes, Mario is a top seed, all right? He's a 1. I think Nathan Drake would be at least a 3. He's a 3 seed, bro.
We'll have to. This is compelling, actually. Might have to do something off pod and come up with a bracket just based on seeding. Anyway,
he's either a 2 or a 3.
Yeah, if you want to get in touch with Mark and let him know where he stands on your bracket, on your podcasting Mount Rushmore, you can do that. You can go to Twitter and find him at I Heard You Liked. But
All
he is
4
not
faces,
available
baby.
on X.com, just Twitter.com.
Which also reverts back to X.
I have yet to put X.com in my browser.
Right, nobody does.
I put Twitter.com every time.
Was it here that I said that like the Supreme Court recognized people saying Twitter as like a legitimate way of recognizing X because Elon Musk bought it as Twitter and then changed his name. Anyways, that's a whole thing.
Yeah.
Jeff, any last words?
None at all. We'll see you next month. Thank God the video games are done.